got a hot mess, and in the forward area the fuel vent also plugged, so I had to do a little unplugging of that, and now we put a little bend in the hose there with the valve as well. So we had to replace this deck plate right here, which was rotten, and you go down in here, and also this was plugged as well. We had to clear that. So this is a new deck plate, and we come back here, we had to put in an Armstrong deck plate. And what's the problem is the main fuel line's rotten. So we had to put a temporary tank on deck here, rig that in, and we had to cut the deck so we can get to the fuel sender here, fuel gauge sender. And what happened, as you'll see, let's see here if I can get this off. Yeah, this is the hot mess. This is old. We got what's called here, this is leaked, of course, so I'm trying to waterproof that now so it doesn't leak again. And this is rotten, and you can see one bolt sheared off right here. So we're going to try and figure out a way we don't shear off another bolt. What we're seeing here is because of the water rotted out this fuel sending system. Now I'm going to have to try and get into those bolts without having them shear off, because it looks like they're all oxidized into the metal there. So I've come up with an idea here. I've searched the internet. I'm going to use some DB penetrating blaster and some ATF. I made a little witch's brew. And so what I'm going to do is dip a little sponge in there, and I'm going to get the bolts. And I know this ain't going to happen in one day. You see this one's sheared off already. So this project is kind of going to have to happen over a week here. But you see I've sealed the sender off. So yeah, this is like the first dip with the witch's brew. And we'll get back to you. Get back and see how that went. Lucky we checked this out. I think we got some success here. I definitely think the overnight was able to loosen these. So I'm going to give the other one a try here, the Allen wrench. Let's see if that one was able to loosen too. Oh boy, that one might require a little more juice, as we see. So what I'm finding out here is the Allen wrench one here might need more witch's brew. So we're going to put that on and maybe leave it a couple more days, and I'm going to try the other one too. We'll get this one too while we're at it. Hopefully we're going to be able to vice grip that one out. That one might be the problem in the end. We'll just have to wait it out. But definitely loosened up all the other ones. So we're going to have to check back with this. It's ongoing here. Check back with you. Yeah, so after jerking it back and forth with the Allen wrench, we were able, with the witch's brew, to loosen it up. The trick was back and forth. So now I think we got her going here. So anyway, I'll check back with you. Alright, so we made a lot of progress today. I'm going to get a first look inside this tank. I'm going to put a new seal on it for the night, figure this out. But I bought a new gasket seal kit too, as well, worth its weight in gold. So we're going to go ahead and pull this out, and let's see if it just pops right out here. Not too good, huh? Whoa, a lot of gas in this. Didn't realize how much gas I had left in here. Alright, so I'll get back to you here. Yeah, here we are. So I wanted to show you how much corrosion gets on these things, underneath these things. This is what happens when there's leaking. I don't know if someday someone will engineer one of these correctly or what, but that's what happens. So I got basically one crack at this sheared off bolt here. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so basically I got a little snag here. As I thought, that one bolt is not cooperating. So I'm gonna have to cover it up. I'm leaving ATF and Buster in it. Maybe I'll try it again tomorrow, but it is not moving. Totally oxidized in the hole. Yeah, good morning. So yeah, the worst happened, and I kind of suspected this. We sheared off the corroded bolt. So I gotta figure this out. Plan B. Get back to you here. Extends this project. Hey, how's it going? It's Brad again here. Makuakai. Still dealing with this replacement of the fuel line, main fuel line, and the new sending unit. So anyway, what we're finding out here is, yeah, that bolt is the big problem. So it looks like a couple ways you can do that. We got a sheared off bolt here. You can either try and mold it out, heat it up, mold out the insert, but it looks like what we're going to try and do is tap it out. So I'm going to get an easy out. Hopefully maybe my son will meet me down here and we'll try and tap that out. Looks like that's the best thing. I even called Moeller Tank. They don't call back. I'm sure that they would recommend just replacing the tank, and I'm not going to do that on this old boat. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. Let you know. Hey, I just wanted to show you here what happens. We're replacing the main line here, and look what goes on inside these main lines. Over time, they disintegrate inside the plastic. So we cut it here. We're going to run the new main line in from the rear here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little tape on the front as I force the main line through the hull here. I don't want particles to go in the new hose. And don't ever try and yank that off right here. The old one, you're going to have to cut this off very carefully so you don't hurt the threads on the tube. The less you can do with this fuel pickup, the better. So yeah, have you noticed I got two crimps on there, two clamps, C-clamps, and I don't pinch the top of the hose or the bottom of the nipple. Over here I'm installing a primer little pump, make it really easy as we go all the way back here. Alright, there we have it. The new main line is in. It's obviously all temporary right now, temporary tank, so we get the fuel sender in. But we'll get back to how's it going? It's Brad here, Makuakai. Yeah, we're still working on this. It's been about a week, and off and on I've been trying to fix this fuel sender, and I figured out where I went wrong on this whole deal, and I'll show you. Basically, where I went wrong is I rushed this bolt, so it's been sheared off twice. So tomorrow we're going to try and tap and drill it out, bring my son down here, and I think you really can't rush these, and you really should focus a lot on scraping the residue out and putting ATF in the hole, you know, automatic transmission fluid, or some some Buster, or different things. Over and out. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Hey, Brad Thiessen here, Makuakai. Yeah, we're winding down on this project. We're going to try tap easy out this bolt. Got my son over here Thiessen, COVID. He's gonna try and start working on this with an easy out. We've already center punched it a little bit. Now he's just really gently. Cordless drill. I mean, it's almost like taking a dental implant out. So we'll get right back to you. You can see this is really the trick. Take it real slow. Don't want to break another bit off in there. And he's got the right steady pressure going in here. So that's the whole problem with breaking a bit off. So, real slow. Finding out is the real little teeny pilot drills. Chuck can't hold it. This is like real detail work. We've already done 3 bits. Might have to put a little oil on there, huh? We might be on our 3rd bit already. It just instantly dulls the bits.
Sometimes it just comes with the H too, I don't know.
Put you guys in my video. It's not even 10 o'clock yet.
Hey, 14 life.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I work at a boat builder.
Helped, yeah? Yeah, that went a lot deeper.
Okay, turn the vacuum on. We might have a decent enough hole now.
Make sure you get the shading. Turn off. Oh, easy now. You're scaring me.
You're scaring me. Ooh,
Is it going?
it's tight.
Why aren't you going back and forth then?
You can't, this is only a one way.
And I had ATF on that all week. You got some movement?
I got half a rotation.
Can't you go back and forth?
Not with the easy out because it bites in reverse.
That's the fucking most difficult part. Let it rest. Let the heat come off of it. It's getting hot. Hey, how's it going? It's Brad. So here we are. Okay, so I think we're moving on to Plan D. Okay, so yeah, the easy out sheared off as well. So now I have hardened machine grade steel inside that stainless bolt, as you can see there. And well, I guess we could try drill that out too with a left-handed high carbon bit, or we can go to Plan D, just trying to avoid, and just go straight to pulling the insert out and plastic molding in a new bolt. They come, these molar sending units come with this little brass bolt, so I think that's the route we're going. If my son shows up here, we use a soldering iron, heat up the vice grips, and just remove the existing problem and put in a new bolt, brass bolt. Alright, see what happens if he shows up. Alright, so yeah, here we are. We're going to try the Plan D.
Soldering iron.
pulled it
This
out.
one back.
Right there, you got the insert out. Rotten. It's so corroded inside. Horrible. Look at that. All the corrosion.
I used a soldering iron to
Unbelievable.
remove the insert from the plastic.
Wow.
And now we're going to use a nut and plastic weld the nut in.
Wow. Alright, so you're looking at this right here, how corroded that was. Oh my god, nothing would have got that out. It was cold welded. So Ty put in another 2 brass inserts, the new screw, now we're plastic welding it in with heat.
So what you do is you heat up the insert with a nut in it with a torch off the boat, bring the nut, heat it up, and press it into where the old insert was. And then we're going to use a soldering iron to move the plastic around it and plastic weld it in so that the insert has been replaced. And that's the only way.
So basically,
See, the insert is falling down. Trying to get it plastic welded in. Let's see if we can get this plastic to form around the nut. But I think we're pretty much home free. There wasn't enough plastic there, so we have to step it to a bigger insert. Oh well, whatever works. Whatever to fix it, get it done. Sick of fucking with this.
so we changed up, we went to an oversized nut because there wasn't enough meat left after pulling out the old insert. And we're gonna make this work. I'm gonna have to drill the cinder a little bit. Okay, good news. Today's the day. We're gonna wrap this project up. We're gonna reseal it, put in the new sending unit. A couple points before I do this. Just want to tell you something. These factory inserts almost like have a double nut on them. You're gonna have to lube these all the way down to that second nut to make your new one. See how corroded it was? This was the whole problem on the whole deal. So you're gonna have to work your way into the second nut on these inserts, and it's taken me almost a half an hour to make sure I can get down there so the new seal will be snug. I had to go oversize. There's an oversized bolt here, as you can see, and there's an oversized insert, brand new. So we're gonna wire this new one in, and we'll do a final, and that'll be it. Yeah, so, okay, so we're ready to go here. I did a test on the tank. Make sure you always do that. Make sure this sending unit's working. I put some splicer butts for now. I think I might redo those later, but over here I'm gonna use a little bit of this Permatex gasket. And let's button her up. Be right back. Okay, so we're all set. Just a couple points before I leave. Yeah, these bolts, you really got to be careful. You really want to hand tighten them in order. As you can see, it's getting real hot right now, but hand tighten those bolts in order. And there you have it. New fuel line, new sender, lots of problems. This is not done. I can tell already that water is going to leak in here again. So this is just patching the sending unit. But aloha from Hawaii, Makuakai. Good luck to you.